Now, part 4, find the equation of the least squares, the regression line of y on x. Right, that's, well, what we're looking for here is up in the top right hand corner, right? Y hat. This is, y hat equals b times x plus a. This is the equation of the least squares regression line of y on x. That's what it's called. So, first of all, we need the b bit. Right, we're going to need a b. That's going to turn out to be some number. And then we're going to go off and get an a bit, right? To get the b bit then, we're going to be using that formula there. B equals this stuff here. Similar to, bits and pieces of it are similar to what we did earlier with the correlation coefficient. So we're going to need to get the sum of x, y values, x times y, minus the sum of x values times the sum of the y values, all over n times the sum of the x squareds minus the sum of the x values all squared, right? So n is going to be 8 because there's 8 employees. So this time we'll do it slightly different. We'll do it down the way maybe. It doesn't really matter, you know. But this is going to be our x column here. So we'll have 14. Next up we'll have 23. Then we'll have 17. 32, 16, 19, 18, that should be 18, and 22. There are x values. And down here at the bottom we're going to add them all up and we're going to get the sum of our x values. For the sum of the x values I got 161. And then we're going to do the same with the y. So our y values are 6, 14, 5, 16, 7, 12, 10, and 14. And we're going to add all them up. And I'm going to get the sum of the y values. I added up the y values and I got 84. And looking at the formula, we're going to need x times y. Right, x times y, the product of x and y. 14 times 6 is 84. 23 multiplied by 14 is 322. 5 times 17 or 17 times 5 is 85. 32 multiplied by 16 is 512. 16 times 7 is 112. 19 multiplied by 12 equals 228. 18 multiplied by 10 is just going to be 180. And then we have 22 multiplied by 14, 308. And I think we're going to need to add all them up as well, because look at in the formula there, we need this bit, summation xy, we need that number. So summation xy equals the sum of all these numbers here. Right, so we need the total there, the xy column. I just looked it up there, I forgot what it was, but sure we can work down through it, right? So we're going to add up anyway, similar to the previous part. 84 plus 322 plus 85 plus 512 plus 112 plus 228 plus 180 plus 308. We get 1831. Right, 1831. Okay, so that's that little piece there on the top of the formula done. Now we need this here, look. We need the summation of the x squareds. So for each x we need an x squared. So we need another column called x squared. 14 squared is 196. 23 squared is 529. 529. 17 squared is 289. 32 squared is 1024. 16 squared is 256. And 19 squared is 361. 18 squared is 324. And 22 squared is 484. Okay, and we're going to add all them up, and that'll give us the sum of our x squareds. So you add them up there and see if you get the same as myself. Now, after adding them up, you should have got 3463. So I think we have all the bits and bobs now for this. We have our n value and we have our other values, except we don't have this one, I suppose. Well, we can work that out as we go. So I'll just rub out this bit here now to make a bit of space. Change to the black pen. Right, so b equals this fraction. N is going to be 8 multiplied by the sum of the products of the xy's, right? So that's 1831 minus something multiplied by something. So I put them in brackets beside each other. The sum of the x's is 161. The sum of the y's is 84. And down below then we have 8 times the sum of the x squareds, that's 3463, minus something in brackets, all to be squared. And the something in brackets is the sum of the x values. That's 161. So, at the top line, can do it all in one go on the calculator, the top line there. 8 multiplied by 1831 minus 161 multiplied by 84. And I get 1124 on top. 1124. And then underneath, 8 multiplied by 3463 minus 161 squared. And I get 17, or 1783. So let's break that down into a decimal then. So you could just simply go 1124 divided by 1783, and that gives you the fraction. Press ST and we get 0.6303, etc. Now the 3 decimal places is reasonable. That's a 3 there, so it won't cause this to go up when we round to 3 decimal places. So I'll round it to 3 decimal places and just leave the 0 there. 0.630, that's our b value. And now we need our a value, which is got using this formula here. So a equals y bar minus b times x bar. Now what is y bar? Right, well, y bar is the average of the y values. So you see we have the sum of the y values here. So to get the average called y bar, we get our sum, 84, and we divide by the number of numbers that we have, the number of y values, which is 8. Right, so y bar is 84 divided by 8. And that's 10.5. Y bar is 10.5. I'll do the same process for x bar. I'll just do it over here because I've run out of space. X bar is the average x value, 161 divided by 8. 161 divided by 8. And that is 20.125. So to get a A equals y bar, which is 10.5, minus b times x bar. Well, we have b, that's 0.630, multiplied by x bar, 20.125, 20 and a quarter. So 10.5 minus 0.630 multiplied by 20.125 comes to minus number. We get A equals minus 2.17875 I have here, right? Now I'm going to round it to 3 decimal places again. This 7 is high, so it causes the 8 to go up onto a 9. So round it to 3 decimal places, we get minus 2.179. So I'll just switch to red. So our bits and bobs, right? B is there, this is A, and our answer, our equation of the least squares regression line, our equation, this is the format for it up here in red, right? So our final answer is going to be written like this: y hat, our predicted y value, equals b times x. So you write down 0.63 times x, just write them like that beside each other, plus a, plus a minus number, which is just going to be sit like a minus 2.179, and that is the equation of the least squares regression line of y on x. So it looks complicated as hell, but when you break it down to a little bit at a time, it's not too bad.